Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. My name is Mohamad Afiq Tajuddin Bin Mohamad Afandi and my metric number is CN190074. So today I would like to present my PSM project, which is my title is CFT modeling of plasma gasification using coal and MSW waste. Okay, for the project background, this project aims to study municipal solid waste such as food waste as a feedstock for the plasma gasification using downdraft method. The production and operational process of syngas based on plasma gasifier downdraft method process were analyzed by ANSYS fluent simulation. Next is a problem statement. So there is so many types of fossil like gas, oil, coal. It's not a renewable energy source and it has a finite supply as a fossil fuel, and it's particularly hazardous to the environment. So the alternative way, we use municipal solid waste. With a gasification process is a potential technology with capable to convert waste into a valuable fuel and syngas. Objective for this project is to study the effect using the municipal solid waste stored in producing syngas fuel using plasma downdraft gasification method. Next is to validate the accuracy of CFD model simulation with the actual model via grid independence study and validation with experiment result. The last one is to analyze the reaction contour in the gasification using different feedstocks such as coal and food waste. For the scope, we have three scopes. So the first one is the simulation will use plasma gasification as a type of reactor. The second one is the design and simulation will use ANSYS software. And the last one is the coal and the food waste as a primary feedstock. For the literature review, I will explain about gasification modeling. So, gasification is a thermochemical reaction that converts solid organic material into a gaseous fuel, such as agricultural waste, domestic solid waste, and industrial waste. So, the stage of gasification are drying, pyrolysis, combustion, and reduction. Gasifier are classified as a fixed bed or fluid bed depending on how the gasifying agent and biomass interact. In this literature review, I cover for three models. The first one is thermodynamic equilibrium model. The second is kinetic model, and the third one is CFT model. Thermodynamic equilibrium model is a well-established and commonly used approach. Its main advantage over other models it is simplicity, which make it a significant tool for understanding the phenomena of gasification through parametric studies, as well as preparatory analysis to aid in the design and execution of experimental testing. So this is a paper review that I take from the journal. So for the first one is Oliveira. Uh, so the feedstock it used is municipal solid waste and agriculture forestry waste. So the type of gasifier it used is a fixed bed gasifier. So next is a reactor model. So the reactor model is use a non-stoichiometric model. So the parameter study is a concurrent flow. Next is Ibrahim. So the feedstock use is a biomass. The type of gasifier used is downdraft gasifier. The reactor model it used is same stoichiometric model. So the parametric study is a tar and char yield. Gasification temperature, cool gas efficiency, and lower heating value are obtained for various biomass feedstock with a specific ultimate analysis. For different equivalence ratio and varying moisture content. The last one is B dust et al. So the feedstock it used is tar. Type of gasifier is a bubbling fluidized bed gasifier. The reactor model is used stoichiometry. And the parameter study is a thermodynamic equilibrium model and a kinetic control perfectly still reactor. Next is a kinetic model. Kinetic modeling is the simulation of a natural process using the principle of nature and discipline rather than any fancy mathematical function. So the paper review that I use is Zhu et al. The feedstock used a Victorian bronchol. So the type of gasifier it used is extreme flow gasifier. So the parameter study is the gasification kinetic modeling of two Victorian bronchol, what we call Yolon and McDingley, char, and the validity for extreme flow gasification. Next is Rabia et al. So the feedstock we use is woody biomass. So the type of gasifier used is downdraft gasifier. The parameter study is enhanced kinetic modeling approach for the gasification of woody biomass in the small scale downdraft gasifier. So the last one is Barotini et al. So the feedstock it used is woody, sewage sludge, plastic waste, and hazelnut shell. So the type of gasifier used is full-scale downdraft air gasifier. So the parameter study is equivalent ratio, composition, and co-gasification process. The last one is CFD model. CFD model is a computational fluid dynamic modeling is based on a fluid mechanic concept and it solves problem involving fluid flow using numeral method and algorithm. Chemical reaction and fluid flow can be combined in model to provide a three-dimensional view of boiler performance. CFD model are used to simulate the interaction of liquid and gases with boundary condition, defining the surface. Uh, so the paper review that I use is Ngam Si Hip Hong. Uh, The feedstock used is a palm oil empty fruit bunch. So the type of gasifier used is downdraft gasifier. So the parameter study is a downdraft gasification process from fresh biomass through drying and pyrolysis using the detailed kinetic mechanism model. Next is Murugan and Joseph Sekar. So the feedstock used is rice husk. The type of gasifier used is downdraft gasifier, and the parameter study numerical simulation of the gasifier using the species transport model in CFD. Next is Kian et al. So the feedstock used is coal. Type of gasifier used is fixed bed gasifier, and the parameter study is to simulate the pyrolysis process of low rank bituminous coal. The last one is foraging and siding. So the feedstock used is groundnut shell biomass, and the type of gasifier used is fixed bed gasifier, and the parameter study is to evaluate the effect of temperature, pressure, and equivalent ratio on gas composition and H2CO ratio. Okay, so for the flowchart, this is my flowchart for my PSM1. In PSM1, it has three chapters to cover. So for the project, I start with to identify project title, and then find multiple journal to make as a base for my project. After that, I focus on the literature review for data collection. Uh, After that, after done with a literature review, uh, I proceed with methodology, and then uh, we come go through for the problem statement, objective, and scope. After that, I have to make a comparison to choose what method I will use for my project. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.